So here's the scenario. You want to get your house ready to sell, but you know you need to declutter in order to do that. So you open a closet in your house, or you walk into your garage and you look around and you just think, oh my, where did all this stuff come from? Maybe you're just too tired to handle any of it. Now you need to sell, and where are you going to put all this stuff? As a real estate agent here in Utah County, I see this scenario a lot where seniors get too overwhelmed by the decluttering process, and so they just put off selling their house and getting where they really need to be. And where might that be? In a smaller home with main floor living, or an assisted living, a 55 plus community, or moving in with one of your kids. In today's video, I'll walk you through how to declutter your home step by step. And we'll also talk a little bit about how to get it ready to sell and make it appealing to buyers. We'll use ideas from this book. This is Peter Walsh's book called Let It Go. It's about decluttering. You might want to pick this up. I'll give you real practical tips you can use right away, and I'll also share a time-saving hack that is going to save you hours while you declutter. So why does decluttering even matter when you're selling your house? You know, over the years we collect so many things. It's said that we spend the first half of our lives accumulating things and the second half of our life trying to get rid of those things. You know, you have gifts, decorations, clothes, paperwork, kids' school art projects, keepsakes from trips, or stuff you picked up when your parents decluttered or when they passed away. It just builds and builds, and before you know it, your house feels more like a storage unit. When you're selling your house, decluttering is a must if you want to sell it for quicker and for more money. So decluttering your house makes it look bigger, makes it look brighter, and it makes it look more appealing to buyers. Buyers subconsciously notice your clutter when they walk into your house, and to them it can make your house look smaller, like it's not well cared for, or like maybe it might be harder to maintain. Decluttering can also help buyers to imagine their own furniture and their own life there. And like I said before, ultimately it increases your chances of a faster and a better sell. So tip number one is you're going to handle the sentimental items first. You have to shift your mindset for this. We hold on to things for a lot of different reasons. Like, my kids made this. How could I possibly throw this away? I would feel really guilty getting rid of this. My mom gave it to me, and now my mom is gone, so it would be disrespecting her to get rid of it. I spent really good money on this, so there's no way I'm going to get rid of this. Or I might need it someday, and just when I throw it away or donate it, I'm going to need it, and I really don't want to pay the money to buy it again. In his book, Peter says, the memories are not in the things, the memories are in you. So that means you don't have to hold on to every piece of furniture or knick-knack to hold on to your memories. So let's talk about how to do that. You can keep a few of the meaningful items. One or two things that truly represent a person or a memory are enough. Also, all the things you have, for example, your mugs or your trinkets you have from every trip you went on, keep one or two of those and then let the rest go. Peter suggests that we only keep the best of the best, maybe the one or two with the best memories attached to it. So you decide which ones mean the most to you, and then pass the rest of them on. Peter says a good rule of thumb to go by is keeping no more treasures than can fit on your kitchen table. So do you think everything is a treasure? Peter says that when everything is important, nothing is important. So pick a few things that mean the most to you, the best of the best, and put those on your kitchen table to be kept. Take pictures of items before letting them go, and that way you can hold on to that memory without actually holding on to that physical item. Write down a story. If a certain item has a story behind it, make a note or a journal entry about that memory that's attached to that item. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, it just means making room for the life that you have right now. Picture your buyer walking through. Here's something that most people don't realize, and that is that buyers are evaluating your home the minute they pull up to your house. Clutter can be a huge distraction because it makes the house feel smaller, crowded, and harder to maintain. On the other hand, a decluttered home is going to make your house look bigger, lighter, and move-in ready. Buyers want to see the space, not your stuff. So every drawer you clean out, or every surface you clean, every closet you organize is making your home more sellable. You have to think like a buyer. Remove personal items like family pictures from your wall, collections, or keepsakes. After deciding what you're going to keep, box up all these things and put them in a storage unit for when you move to your new place. Open your cabinets, your closets, your storage spaces, because buyers are going to do that. Make sure they're clean and organized, and keep your countertops and your tables and your shelves mostly clear to make rooms feel bigger. Number 3, focus on one room or one space at a time. So here's the trick. You have to break it into small, doable chunks. Start with one room. And if that's too much, start with one closet in that room or one drawer. The goal is progress, not perfection. Set a timer. I'll spend 20 minutes on this drawer. Now, usually you'll keep going after that 20 minutes, but even if you stop after 20 minutes, that's still progress, so good job. Start with areas like your junk drawers, your pantry, your kitchen cabinets, your linen closets, your cleaning supply closets, coat closets, bathroom cabinets, or garage. Every cleared space is going to make your home look bigger. Also, if you can't physically do this yourself, do you have a family member that could come and help? Or friends that might be able to come and help? If not, there are people that you can hire to come and organize everything. Tip number 4, you're going to use the keep, sell, donate, toss, or maybe method. So you'll have 5 piles. First pile will be the things that you keep. These are the things that you use often or that you truly love. In Peter Walsh's book, he talks about the 80-20 rule, where he tells us that usually we only use 20% of our stuff regularly. The rest just sits there. If it hasn't been used in a year, consider letting it go. These are the things you could ask yourself for each item. Do I use it regularly? Do I love it, or do I enjoy seeing it? Would I buy it again today if I didn't already own it? Has it been used in the past year? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Your second pile is going to be the things you want to sell. These are the items that are worth money, but you don't need them. You can sell them online on Facebook Marketplace, KSL Classifieds, or other yard sale sites. I've sold plenty of things this way, and it's really nice because people come and pick things up directly from you, and you have a very wide reach to get the item in front of people. Now, if you have lots of smaller items, you might consider having a garage sale or a yard sale. You'll want to group like items together and put them up on tables or racks where people can see them. You can also advertise your sale online to reach the most people. It helps if you post pictures of what you have for sale. Your third pile is going to be your donate/giveaway pile. These are the items that are in good shape that someone else could use. This might actually be 2 separate piles, one to donate, take to DI, or you want to offer them to kids. So if you offer them to your kids or your grandkids or your friends, do it now so there will not be any fighting over your things later on. Offer the items, but don't guilt them into taking anything. They might not have room for it right now, or they just might not want it. A lot of times, people just don't want your stuff. I had a friend that moved from a 3,000 square foot house to a smaller 55 plus condo. So she wanted to give some of her kids some of the furniture that she couldn't take with her. So she told me that her kids didn't want any of her stuff either. They told her that they had their own stuff. One lady told me that they donated her mom's fabric collection to a local humanitarian effort that made blankets. So there are plenty of charities or humanitarian efforts that would welcome donations like that. Your fourth pile is going to be your toss pile. And these are the things that are broken, they're worn out, expired, or they're junk, like old food storage, broken items, old electronics, or anything that doesn't serve a purpose for you anymore. The fifth pile is going to be your maybe pile. So these are the things that you're undecided about, and you can come back later on and revisit them later. Most of the time you'll realize that you don't really need them or want them. So if you still have big piles of junk that you don't know what to do with, there are companies or people out there that will come and pick them up and take them to the dump or to DI or to Savers or wherever for a fee. Now here's a tip. Don't use the big national companies that do this because they will charge you an arm and a leg. There are local people that do this as a side hustle and they will charge you a lot less. Okay, so here is Peter's time-saving hack. When we're going through old photos or old documents, don't sort them right then. Box them up and label them and go through them later when you have more time. Maybe after you've moved, then you have the time to scan them, you can digitize them, put them on a thumb drive, then you can give a thumb drive to every family member that wants one. This way nothing gets lost and everybody gets a copy of the pictures. If you start going through your old pictures and memories while you're trying to declutter, I guarantee it will take twice as long. and it will push the sale of your house out even further. Let it go now. Don't pay to move it later. So a lot of people just pack up everything and they move it, and they realize later that they don't need half of what they just moved. So why pay to move clutter if you're just going to get rid of it later? It just costs you more money, more time, and more energy. And a lot of times if you're moving something big, say like a couch far away, it costs less to just buy a new couch when you get to your new area rather than try to pay someone to haul that across country. So be honest with yourself. Do I want to move this? And if not, let it go. Here are some tips. Be ruthless with duplicates. Probably have a lot of duplicates in your kitchen or in your garage, like extra kitchen whisks, extra pots, or tools in your toolbox. Good rule of thumb is to keep the best quality or the most used version and let all the extras go. So you want to sort like things together so you know how many of each that you have, and so you can keep the best quality ones. I hope some of these tips have helped you in your journey to declutter your home. I've made a decluttering checklist that'll help you through this process that you're going to want to download, and you can get it by clicking on the link in this video's description. Happy decluttering, and don't get overwhelmed. You can do this. If you like this video and you'd like to watch another one like it, you may want to watch this one next.